Hey, what's up 3D printing family? Happy to be here again with you. Last time I wore a crazy shirt from a company called Into the AM. I said I was going to link it in the description, but then I forgot. So this time I am linking in the description. They make some really great stuff. Anyway, do you ever have one of those days where the resin, it just gets everywhere? So I'm pretty careful. I have my safety equipment, I have my gloves, I have my goggles, and I try to be careful with the resin, but the stuff is pure evil. It just gets places. And if you do what I did the other day, which is have a little bit of an accident, for me, when I have a little bit of accident with resin, it always seems to lead to a bigger accident. So for instance, I go to change the resin in a vat to do a resin test, or maybe I get the odd fail and I have to clean the vat. Sometimes when I pour, I spill. I go to clean up the spill, I knock it somewhere else, and then I have resin on one hand and not the other, so I'm trying to do something with one hand and grab more paper towels, and then I knock something else over and more resin spills. And I had one of those days the other day where all that stuff happened, and 15 minutes later I had resin on me, I had resin on the floor, I had resin on my table, I had resin on my printer, I had resin everywhere it wasn't supposed to be, and it's still leaking, moving, going, getting other places it shouldn't be. It's so frustrating sometimes. So resin, I still think, much as I love this hobby and I love the resin itself, I don't love the resin. I hate the resin actually, but I love the hobby. But the resin, it's insidious. I mean, it really is like a devil spawn object, especially when it starts. If you have, like I said, you have one of those days that I had where the resin just, you can't stop it. It gets everywhere it wants to go. It seems sometimes, I know when they make shows about fire, the fire seems to have a life of its own. They kind of, right, you know, they give it life. I feel like my resin sometimes has life of its own, and it's doing everything it can to just get away from me and make a mess, and also get on me, I guess. So anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit because just one of those days where the resin's driving me crazy, and I actually suck, and I'm clumsy, and for all of a sudden, for one day, for the moment, everything I do leads to more mess instead of stopping the mess. I'm not sure how that happens, but it's a terrible confluence of events, which is really frustrating. Anyway, that's it. I thought I'd share because I'm sure if any of you out there printing even a portion as much as me, you must have this experience at some point in time where the resin you're just defeated by the resin. So anyway, if that happens to you, don't feel bad. It happens to me. I'm supposed to be good at this, so it does happen to me probably more often than it should. So take heart if you're feeling down one day because you're covered with resin everywhere and you're drinking, it's in your nostrils and whatever. Just like, don't feel that bad. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, and happy 3D printing.